Hello, everyone, and welcome to the I Don't Get It podcast.
Welcome to Illyria.
What's that from?
I don't know if it's Illyria or Etheria.
Illyria. No,
Illyria?
what is that from?
Yes, everyone's screaming, listen to this. Welcome to Illyria.
What
I don't
the
know if that's the
hell?
name. But it's from She's the Man when her principal comes up to her.
Got another Ashley and Lauren deep cut.
Okay.
Wait, you don't...
She's the Man isn't actually that big of a deep cut. I should
not
know
a deep
this,
cut.
It's
but
not, but is it like something that doesn't resonate with your
No,
soul?
I just don't remember anything. And I get sad
Nostalgia?
because you guys remember everything. And then it makes me feel dumb.
It's okay. I'll take care of you later.
She's the Man. Like I was like a senior and we had cars and stuff at this point. And I remember going to the mall right after school, be like, what do you want to do like right after school today? And we went to the movies.
And that was a great story, actually.
I was like, wait, is that the end?
Yeah, I don't know. It was just like Channing Tatum was just such a new, exciting thing. Like we had never met him
Oh
before
my God,
that
Channing
movie.
Tatum
And
it still is.
Channing Tatum of that
exciting.
decade was just like, he's just one of those people that didn't age for women well.
No.
You know?
Channing
like
Tatum?
Yeah.
What? Him and Zoe Kravitz to me are like one of the hottest couples ever.
I don't think he's like super hot anymore. Like he's obviously beautiful. Like he's a great looking guy, but I wouldn't lose my shit the way I did over him in senior year.
back
And
in
like
the
when
day.
when I moved into my dorm, it was like a bonding thing. Girls were putting up their She's the Man and their the dance movie
Posters,
Step
yeah.
Up posters.
Yeah.
And it was like, you like Channing Tatum? Oh my God, I like Channing Tatum. It was obvious. It was like something to just bond over immediately. Like we're going to be friends.
Right. Damn. Poor Channing. He's out. You know what? You know what's so funny? Did you guys see these like in and outs? Like everyone was posting what's in for 2023 and what's out for 2023.
Remember they used to do that in our childhood all the time in like People magazine.
But
Or
this
it
is
was
funny. This is a funny thing that they're doing nowadays.
but do you remember like the girl, like
Was
the
that a
Bop
thing from the
magazines used to do
magazine?
that in and out?
Yeah.
This was in and now this is out.
Yeah.
And like I feel like People magazine we need to do that in like the new year.
needs to bring
Of
it back.
course.
So people on
should bring it back.
Instagram, obviously, you know, coming into the new year, we're especially over the holidays, we're like, this is what's in and this is what's out. And I thought of you guys because I've been getting really excited when it's 12/12 and you guys are obsessed with 11/11. And I just want to proclaim that 11/11 is out.
It's out.
No!
And it is 12 is in.
And it is now 12/12 or 10/10.
I like 10-10.
10/10. So no more 11/11. Now we're getting excited when it's 10/10 and 12/12, and you can make a wish then. And that is what I'm.
11 is famous for a reason. It's 4 in a row.
What you mean the ones?
4 letters.
Yeah, that's
I
why
don't
it's
care.
lucky.
I don't care. It's out now.
It's out.
All right, fine.
All right,
You can have your
everyone.
way on
We're going to
this
go
one.
in a very organized circle today with limited interruptions, and we're going to talk about our experiences and our I don't get it.
Okay.
All right.
Naz has a lot.
Yes.
So she's going to start.
Okay, 12/12 was one of them, but I'm also I have so much. Okay, let me just pick one. Everyone, I hate social media. I think we all know this, and everyone is yelling on social media. Like
Yelling.
I feel like everyone is yelling at me. And you know I'm not like on TikTok that much, Lauren, mainly Instagram. But I feel like the way we are trending as a society is like, because I follow a lot of wellness accounts, right? And everyone knows that that's also become super like trendy. You have to like figure out who the great people are to follow or who you resonate with. But everyone's like, these are 5 ways to get rid of anxiety. This is what you need to do to declutter your brain. This is what you have to do to be a trendy girl. And you have to do this. And you have to. And I'm like, I literally was scrolling on the couch and I was like, why is everyone yelling at me?
Everyone's telling Ashley, I know you don't get this.
I don't get this. So
it's-
why?
People are like,
Wait,
watch me go be a day in New York City. First, I go get coffee. Then I go to the mall. And then I buy this. And then I kind of stretch. It's like, oh my God.
Wait, are they being serious? Or they're trying to be
like-
funny.
I cannot tell. I don't know.
No, it's everyone. And it's even like, this is what you have to do if you want to save $5 in a day. It's like,
it's like,
oh
of course
my
I'm not
God.
a stupid bitch. Of course I save $5 a day.
Like, I get it. I get that everyone, is sharing their thoughts on things, and it's amazing and also horrible that everyone has a platform now. But it's also like, can you just say, like, if I was recommending stuff, I'd be like, hey guys, so like, here are 5 movies that I like. I don't know if you'll like them, but this is what I think. Yeah. Not like, you must watch these 5 movies. And anyways, I then thought about, I could complain about social media all day. I'm literally a curmudgeon.
Wait, I think I have one thing to add on this before you go on.
Go ahead. Oh, no, I'm not moving on. It's still on
no,
this
I know.
topic.
Before you elaborate.
Yeah.
Jade brought this to my attention a couple months ago. She said that she thinks that
she said it on the podcast.
Really? Oh, then okay. Then never mind. But she said that like big expressions are favored in the algorithm. So perhaps these people are seeing that they're getting higher views and likes on when they like make big statements and like loud sounds.
It's all so annoying to me. And then what I realized is everything is a commercial now.
Yeah.
Everything is a commercial now. Like, and I'm part of this too. It's not like I'm like,
I was going to say, sorry.
I'm not. Yeah. Well, we all are, but it's like, I don't know. It bothers me to the core of my soul because I was telling my friend, remember when we used to skip commercials? Like, literally, remember when we used to skip commercials? And now all we do is open our phone to watch commercials.
I think this is a great opportunity to take a moment for our sponsors.
Rocket Money.
I hate you guys so much. And I hate everything.
But seriously, Andrea, roll the Rocket Money ad.
Okay.
Last time we talked about this next sponsor, Rocket Money, Laura and I made a joke about Dad and how he texted me. He's like, my Rocket Money app showed me that I'm still paying for your car insurance
and your iTunes
your Apple Music and a couple other things. And that $100 that I could save a month would give me an unforgettable meal with your mother, which you know that I live for. And I thought that I would bring it up again. Yesterday, I'm not even kidding you, I was walking up the stairs because, after I woke up super late, because I get to wake up late when I'm here at my home. And I hear my dad talking to Jared. He's like, do you use the Rocket Money? Because it is a fantastic app. It really gets you organized. And then I'm doing an ad for Rocket Money yesterday. And I didn't even tell my dad, like, Dad, I'm recording this for an ad. And I go, hey, Dad. So I think I heard you talking to Jared about the Rocket Money app today. He goes, oh, love Rocket Money. Genuine responses. And Rocket Money is as awesome as my dad likes to talk about it being. It is formerly known as Truebill. So you've heard us talk about it here on the podcast for many, I don't want to say like almost years. It's a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower bills all in one place. I think it is the most fantastic January start of the new year app. Yeah. So if like budgeting isn't something, like honestly, Jared and I have never really like put together a budget and been like, we should spend a maximum amount on this, and this. But I think it's something we really need to start doing because I'm not sure if it was just the time of year, but I feel like November, December, the credit cards, the numbers were way up comparably throughout the year than comparably to like the other parts of the year. And I'm like, oh crap. Like we got to like kind of like get this under control. So Rocket Money really helps you show like, this is what you spend on groceries, this much. It keeps you in budget. And that's just one of the number of things that it gets to do for you.
So stop throwing away your money. Cancel unwanted subscriptions.
I was just talking from the heart, and then Lauren just took over in commercial mode.
No, it's so funny. Stop throwing away your money.
Stop throwing away your money. So cancel unwanted subscriptions and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/get-it. That's rocketmoney.com/get-it. rocketmoney.com/get-it.
Love it.
But yeah, it's like the next viral thing that's going to sell out. Like I found these leggings. They're incredible. And then, you just want to be the next viral thing kind of.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with the LTK, like the like to know it. It's like, do you want my outfit?
Yeah.
Because that's like such a thing right now. It's been around for a long time, but I feel like more than ever it's being utilized.
I agree. But for example, there's an Italian 70s disco bar that opened in LA and everyone's been sending it to me. And have you guys been seeing, I don't know if you follow any accounts that are like travel accounts, But everyone's like, check out this restaurant. And it's like a video of the restaurant. And this is what you should order. And I hate it. I hate it because my friends tried to go to this Italian disco restaurant. And I was like, how was it? I wanted to go, but I couldn't because I had to work. And they were like, we didn't get in. The line was insane. And I'm like, no one is discovering things organically anymore. It is impossible to be a citizen of the world and talk to people and be like, oh, someone told me about this like sandwich shop. It's all like, everything's impossible. Nothing's cool anymore. You show up and the whole world is there, taking a picture of this same sandwich. It's like, don't you want to try something else on the menu? Aren't you an individual? Like, do you have a personality?
Right. I get it. It's also kind of makes you think like in the 70s, like people just bought shoes because they're like, these are cool. But now it's like, did people just buy what they liked more? And
I think it's the same with like couches. Like, you know how everyone has the cloud couch in their house?
Everybody has the cloud couch.
Right. Yeah.
Like, isn't that kind of creepy that in almost every home you go into in America, like everyone has the same couch?
That's absolutely not true. It's more of like every like image of a house in America, because those couches are $8,000 to start.
But so they have knockoffs. They have knockoffs.
Yeah, which we had the cloud knockoff too from Bob's, which they should totally make in white. I don't know why it's only in gray.
I don't know if he needs, I mean, I know Naz has a white couch, but it's not like fabric. But like, I don't get why people have a white couch. I think it looks great, but like, you can't eat or drink on that.
Yeah. I agree with you. And
as long as it's machine washable, which I think is major.
When my friends come over, it's definitely not fun because when they're drinking wine, I'm like staring.
You're so nervous. You're staring at them. Yeah.
But I'm trying to, in my defense, I'm trying to live in this now while I'm single and I don't have kids, because I know I'm not always going to be able to have a white couch forever and always.
Yeah,
you know?
that's so true. Very cognizant.
Especially with the dog. The dog even more so, because Lois, like, she runs in from outside and then she'll zoom me up onto the couch and then like all her muddy paws are all over. I'm like, well, it's machine washable, thank God.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay.
What do you guys have?
Do you want to share another one, or do you want us to go in a circle?
No, let's go in a circle, like Lauren said.
Okay, well, Lauren loves to touch my computer screen and be rough with computers. This is just how she's always been.
Hold it by the screen, not
she
by the
holds
thing.
it by the screen. Like, she'll hand me my effing computer by the screen.
Like a chimp?
And I'm like...
Yeah, like a chimp.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing? This is her whole life, ever since she got a laptop. And I'm like, Lauren, that is like, when that detaches, like if you have a faulty like hook there, that like ruins your computer. And then you have to take it to the Mac store, and then they make you sign the thing that says, by sending this in and fixing it, you may lose all your shit. And then like she just continues to do it. And then another thing she does is, like, when she's pointing to the screen, like, click there, she like legitimately puts her, can you stop doing that?
She just did it.
Touches it, which annoys me in multiple ways, because she jiggles the screen in that case, and then she just puts her fingerprint on it, and it's just very annoying and unnecessary.
I don't know. Sorry.
Is it because you can touch
you
can touch your phone, Lauren, that you feel like you should be able to touch this screen too? Maybe.
Can you stop touching my screen?
I'm not touching it. I think that I just like it.
Why do you disrespect
like pointing
computers?
at anything? If I pointed at anything, I would touch it.
No, you would not. It's over there. You don't have to touch it.
Because it's so far, but it's right here. Okay. I don't know. I touch computer screens. I'm very sorry. I blame it on my ADD.
But then why do you hold them like that? And why do you treat them with such disrespect? Like, how many times has Lauren fallen asleep with her laptop on her bed and then it just falls over?
Oh my God, what?
She has no
it's
fear
crashed
of this.
on the floor a million times. I don't know. Sometimes I think it's so expensive, it should be able to hand me poking the screen.
Okay,
you know?
well, I'm going to bring up something very snotty. Lauren has never purchased a computer.
I was just going to say, I think this is why, because I purchased my computer and I how big of an expense that is. And so I'm so careful. And I was literally thinking, has Lauren ever bought her own computer before?
No, but I bought my own phone and I treat that like shit. Like, this is broken in half.
I'll say
but
that
do you have
I've
insurance?
never
Probably.
Yeah, you don't have that shit on a laptop.
But I have insurance. Yeah, I do. Yeah, you do. You
have Apple Care. You have Apple Care on it, sure. But Dad pays for your Apple Care on that. Now, I've paid for multiple computers now, and it doesn't even matter, because I've treated all of my computers with the utmost love and respect, because I have very important things on it.
Oh, so let me tell you this. I have not 1 ounce of anything on my laptop.
Why?
Because I don't do anything.
Where are your pictures?
I don't do anything but go on YouTube.
Yeah.
My computer is for going on the internet, looking at clothes, and going on YouTube. I don't save anything. my pictures are in the cloud.
Wait, actually, that makes sense because for me, I'm like, I have recordings for work.
Exactly.
And I'm like, this is so precious. Like, if I lost my computer, I'd lose part of my soul,
like
my body.
I just need like
all
an
of my
air.
work.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's like in my external hard drives. Like if I like in my head don't remember where an external hard drive is, I like have a panic attack and I'm just like, I cannot settle. I cannot go on with my life until I find this hard drive.
I understand.
I've always thought.
That's how I feel about my Ativan.
I've always thought. I always feel for people who lose their homes in a fire. And I think about things like that where I'm like, you can't get that back. And I also feel that way. Let's say I went on a vacation, like when I got back from Africa and I was on the plane. And it's like, if I lose my phone now in the airport, I would lose that whole trip. You know what I mean?
That's
or
true.
the photos or the memories of that trip. And that's like when I feel so like, where is this? Where is it? I need to know where it is, you know?
Well, that's how I'm in constant fear right now because of my iCloud. My iCloud hasn't been backed up for almost a year because I've maxed
your
out.
problem.
No, I know. I have maxed out my iCloud storage, the most that they allow you to buy. So what I have to do, and I'm in the process, and I have been lazy and slow about it, but I basically I'm backing up onto a hard drive all these old videos and photos that I'm being a pack rat about. So then once they're on that hard drive,
That you're being a pack rat about?
a pack rat. I'm a pack rat about it because like I'll
What
save
does that
ads
even
from
mean?
2016.
Who
Pack
says
rat is like
pack
a hoarder. You're a pack rat.
You never heard pack rat?
I've heard of Rat Pack,
Rat
like
Pack.
Sinatra in Vegas.
A pack rat is somebody who just is like a hoarder, but like but not in like a problem way, but like a just sentimental towards everything.
Just like
needs to keep
loving this.
everything.
Okay, I love this word.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's just the word that we use before hoarder because hoarder is obviously like a
Clinical
intense term.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just basically like now I have to go back and delete old things from like 2016 so I can make room for all the photos of Dawson before I get a new phone. It's just a process and it's very annoying, but nobody really needs to know about it.
Right.
Well, it is annoying, and I'm sure a lot of people relate to that.
I don't know. I don't think people are as crazy as who has their 2 terabytes full of iCloud storage? No one.
I
I
don't
save everything from
understand.
2012.
That's like the biggest. I don't get it. Like, why do I have to pay for more storage? Like, isn't it just a cloud? Like, I don't get.
No, it's on. They're paying for it. That's like this database where all of our stuff lives. So yeah, you have to pay for space on it. That makes sense.
It's like a storage unit.
Yeah, it's a storage unit.
It's just weird.
You need to upgrade to a bigger storage
Storage
in the
units?
sky.
I was talking to someone who moved or who is moving, and they're moving from LA to New York, and they were talking about getting a storage unit. And I told him, I said, because he was saying that like his wife has a lot of clothes, and I understand getting a storage unit for like a bed, right? If you're coming back or things like that. I go, if you're getting a storage unit for things like that, like that's a Goodwill trip.
True,
Like, I don't
true.
understand paying something every month for like jackets. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. And I get it. Like, I know some people are like, well, we don't live here in the winter and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, but still, if you can't just save 1 or 2 jackets in your closet, like, do you really need all of those things?
Unless it's like a crazy, like you're a stylist and you have all this incredible
Right.
shit.
Unless
Yeah.
it's like part of your work or like you have hand-me-downs or it's like you're a whole
Yeah.
family. But as like, you know, I don't know, 1 or 2 people, like consolidate.
I agree. Yeah.
That's
I
so
know
weird.
you're so right. I mean, I've spent so much money in the past on storage units, and then I go and I finally like today's the day I'm going to clean it out and get rid of it, and then you're like, wow, I didn't need any of this.
So I'm saying, I'm like, if you can afford to live without it for months and years, then you
Yeah.
can afford to live without it forever, I feel like.
yeah,
Again,
that's a
unless
good
it's like a
point.
huge thing that you're like saving for a specific
Yeah.
reason.
like if you are saving a mattress for when you move back and you need a place for it for a couple months.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess that's my I don't get it, Lauren.
All right.
That's my I don't get it that we've gotten farther away from. But
Okay, thanks. That's the most annoying thing in the entire world. My I don't get it is that sometimes, but whenever Hunter makes food and I am home, he doesn't ask if I want any of the food. He
That's
just makes it
so
for
annoying.
himself.
wow.
And like he's really good at like, you know, he'll go out to like the bagel place, he'll obviously bring me stuff home. He'll bring me food home all the time. But when he's making his own food in the kitchen, he'll just like make an omelet and I'm like smelling it and then he's eating. I'm like, you didn't think to ask if I wanted one? Like, just put more eggs in the pan. And then he doesn't do that. And I think that's very weird. I don't get that.
Wait, so what does he say?
He just eats it. I don't really...
No, but when you say, like, can you, do you think that you can, like, ask me if I'm, like, hungry? Like, what does he say? Is he just like, I'm just used to making food for one person?
He's just like kind of semi-passive aggressive, like, oh, I don't get you food all the time. And I'm like, but it's when you're making the food that you don't offer it. I don't know.
Yeah, like, what's his resistance to making food for more than one person? Is it time, maybe? Like, is he in a rush when he's making food, maybe?
No, because you just throw more, you just put a little bit more in the pan. But I think he's making a point to me. He's always doing a point. Like he'll do his dishes in the sink and he won't do mine. And like, he thinks like, I'm going to make my food because she's an adult and she should make her food.
He's the only child, right?
Oh, no, he has an older brother, but technically he is an only child.
Whoa. He's not technically an only child, but he has been
far removed from his brother for a very long time.
That's so interesting, Lauren, because you're actually like, I couldn't pick someone more opposite than that. Were you
right?
Yeah, you're like, oh, well, especially because of Ashley. I feel like you're just used to like getting two of everything or always thinking of like if someone else is hungry,
Right.
Yeah.
So that's my I don't get it.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm going to go off that. You know why? Because Jared only prepares himself like the most minuscule menu.
Yeah.
So like every time I go to the grocery store, I'm like, what do you want me to get? Like, what do you want for like lunch or snacks? Because usually like I'll take care of dinner or we'll order dinner or whatever. But like, what do you want during the day? And he like never really doesn't have like a lot of thoughts on that. And no matter what I have available in the kitchen, whether like for me, I could say, oh, for lunch, I could have a tuna salad sandwich. I could make a grilled cheese. I could have a pancake. I could have a avocado toast. I could make a salad, like all these things. Like these are options in my head, just thinking about like what I have in the fridge. And Jared will basically only prepare himself a peanut butter and jelly.
That's the only thing he wants.
Like he literally thinks that is like the only thing available to him. Like,
but maybe that's just the quickest and easiest now.
But if you were making something and you're like, what do you want for lunch? He would ask you to make him a peanut butter and jelly, or would he ask for you to make something more expensive?
That's not even where I'm going with this.
Okay.
It's more of just the fact that like he doesn't think creatively when it comes to feeding himself.
I understand. That's a boy thing.
Yeah.
Guys only will eat eggs or a piece of steak.
But that's like, me. That's not a boy thing. That's me too.
What do you mean? Like
I'm not.
No, you have a variety of diet.
Not really. I'm like not good in the kitchen, and my time is so. I'm like, what will take me the least amount of time with the least amount of cleanup that will satisfy me and that I'll feel full. And sometimes it won't cost me a lot of money because the alternative is me postmating something, if I'm working, that'll be like $20 to $30. But I'm like, oh, if I can make like toast and peanut butter and that'll keep me full for the next 2 hours, I'm just going to do that. Like I have no creativity. I eat so blandly. And
I really don't have creativity either. I'm not making it seem like I'm a chef or anything. I'll have a bowl of cereal and like raisin bread.
Right.
That's like what I do.
Ashley, I feel like you are more creative in the kitchen.
Maybe I am, because like when I'm like, oh, I'm hungry, I'm like, oh, I'll quickly put a little avocado toast and then I'll put a little hot sauce on top with onion and tomato. Because
you don't mind like using your little fingers making little things in the kitchen.
I'll put a little chia seed on top and like make like a full blown like healthy meal out of this.
All right. Next, I don't get it.
Okay, fine.
Next, I don't get it.
We're done. Moving on.
No, I love it. Okay, so my next, I don't get it, is another complaint. So I've been recording a lot from home, obviously, like forever since the pandemic. And recently, the house across the street has had construction. And I think the worst sound in the entire world, I've literally labeled it and narrowed it down to it being a construction vehicle backing up, and that beep, 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 beep. Like, can it just not? Can you just turn that off? Can you go in reverse without notifying the world, maybe?
Probably not.
That is to me the worst sound in the entire world.
It's pretty
I don't
bad.
think I hate any other sound.
It's the amount of time in between the beeps where you think it could almost be over, and then there it goes again.
Is it the last beep? Is it the last one?
It's like, Do you guys have like sounds that you just cannot
when all the
fucking
dogs
deal
are
with?
barking in unison?
When what?
So
Yeah,
annoying.
I really say that when we were here recording a podcast and the dogs are barking and like each of them have their own pitch. It's something about multiple dogs because like when we used to live at Shannon's house, we would have Bosun, which had a really deep voice, and then Lois's high voice, and it was the difference of the two that was just like my ears. And then here, like Gergie is so shrill, and then it makes I guess like Ethel feels low.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Oh my God. That's
like,
funny.
but I'm sure there's way worse sounds I'm not thinking about because that's just the most recent sound
it's
I've
a
heard.
stress sound. It's stress inducing because like especially when we're on the podcast, we like are trying to get something done and it's
that
interrupting
is
when
like
it's
a
not
heart. It's like a
interrupting.
heavy heart rate sound. Like there's certain sounds that just get where you're like, I don't know how to stop this, and I
Yes.
need to stop it. It's very irritating. Okay, great.
Oh,
Lauren,
it's
do you
about
have a
to happen.
sound? Is it also the dogs?
Yeah, that's definitely the dogs. Sound. I mean,
I don't like the sound of Jared like eating.
I was gonna say whenever Hunter clears his throat.
I'm so nervous of like when I find my partner. Like
Naz
the
is
way
gonna
you
freak out when they eat.
You guys are so much. You guys have a higher tolerance
Yeah,
for these things, and I've lived alone for so long that I'm genuinely concerned on
Yeah,
what
I
my
mean,
tolerance
you may need, like,
level will be.
Different eating rooms, different sleeping rooms.
Like Jared's new thing. is, like,
Scary.
he'd kill me if I said
Just
this.
say
Wait,
it,
now
and
you
we'll
have
cut it
to
off if we
say
have
it.
to.
I think he's been eating with his mouth open more often.
Oh, God.
And I don't know what it's not like smacking, okay, but it's just like not fully closed, and it's like I can hear.
Maybe his nose is stuffed up.
I think his nose is stuffed, and I just keep going. Like I look at him, and then I go.
Oh
Just
my
like
God.
and I just like lips,
Wait, but
touch
why
my
don't you
fingers
say
by lips.
something? Why don't you just
No, I
say
do.
it?
I say it too, but like when I'm trying to be nice, I'm just like close. Please
Oh
close
my
that.
God. I'm scared. This would drive me insane. I've been reading this book that's incredible called The Book of Boundaries by Melissa Urban. And this woman talks, it's really like boundary setting is it'll be the difference between a happy life and a non-happy life. Because you're like protecting your feelings and your safety, whether it's like with friends, with work, with parents, with family, especially with partners. And I was listening to a podcast that she was on, and she was talking about how she was divorced and had a kid and was dating someone new. I think they were engaged or going to get married. Take this with a grain of salt, but they had found a new home together, but decided that her and her son would move in first. And then he would move in once the son was like, hey, when is, this guy moving in? So the son says that. So he moves in, and she's like, I was not ready to like share space. Like I felt like there were parts of me that were like, can you go back to your house and like sleep there for a couple? And I was like, oh my God, am I going to feel that way?
It's ick-inducing.
you
It's
are, to be
ick-inducing for
honest.
sure. Like
Really?
seeing someone live, like cut their toenails, like I don't know. No, I just
Fuck
wonder if
my
anyone
life.
can get the ick from someone you're married to. Like you can't let that go.
I don't get ick.
No, I'm
but-
saying I wonder if like you get so close to someone that you can't get the ick anymore.
Oh,
Like is that probably what happens? Because if you like early on you get the ick, but you don't get it when you're deep in. You just get hatred.
I don't know.
Which is different.
Lauren, I don't know. I think people can be really close, but also just have an internal problem of sharing space. Like I can see that. I can see me being madly in love with someone, but being like, can you not go in this room? Or I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm scared. I'm gonna
You're gonna
struggle
be
with
fine because that.
I don't know. I say that Naz isn't going to be good just because like she is so particular
Yeah.
about like your space and like where everything belongs.
Well, I think you'd have to move
Be
into
with
a house together.
You'd have to be with a pushover who literally
couldn't come
truly
into your
doesn't
space.
care about that.
No, not a pushover.
No,
but
I
you'd
would
have
have
to
to
move.
be someone
not
that's
particular.
that's aligned
No, not
with
particular.
me. Yeah, that is
No.
that wants to be
Not-
clean like that.
Yes, but at the same time, like you're gonna have like you want like the little knickknack like this, and he'll want the little knickknack like that. If you're like that, you need somebody who does not give a fuck about where the knickknack goes.
Yeah.
Of course. But I also would say move into a place that's not already yours, because like that's yours, and you're gonna have to move.
Right.
Him.
It's like you would have to move into a place together that's big enough where you can have your own alone. How often do you guys get alone time from your partner, and do you ever feel like? Because the chapter that I'm listening to now on Audible from the Book of Boundaries is her talking about how she had to say, hey, I need alone time right now. And her partner like struggled with it at first, but now doesn't take it personally. She's like, I'm always going to need that. And so she'll be like, I'm going to excuse myself. I'm going to my room. I need some alone time right now for like 1 or 2 hours.
I think that's great. And I think that's what a normal, healthy guy will be like totally fine. I would love to play video games. Video games are honestly the savior.
Jared does go and play video games. That is true. That is his alone time. I think that when you have a kid, though, the problem is like you have to choose between alone time and couple time, and it's too often is it tempting to choose the alone time.
Yeah.
Like when we have 8:00, 8:15, Dawson goes to bed. It's like, oh man, I'd love to eat and watch Emily in Paris at the same time. And then it's like, well, he does not want to watch Emily in Paris, so he's going to go upstairs and play video games. And then it's like, why is that so much more the tempting option?
Because then you can just be quiet and zoned out.
Because there's no brain power needed to have a conversation. It's like you can really sort of shut off in a way.
Totally.
God.
No, I think alone time is normal it would be normal to ask for alone time for sure. I don't think anyone would be.
Do you guys feel like
offended.
you have good boundaries with your partners or with your family?
Boundaries with family is definitely no boundaries with family.
Well, we don't really need them.
Because I don't think we need them. I think if I ever created a boundary, it'd be so weird.
I don't even know what you.
I don't even know.
Over.
Like, don't call me for help during this hour and this hour. I don't know.
Yeah.
Jared would probably... I'd like to ask Jared about this. Maybe we should invite him on the next podcast to talk about boundaries. But as of right now, Lauren and I are losing our goddamn mind because the dogs are barking again.
Support for today's episode comes from Jenny Kane. The weather outside may be frightful, but Jenny Kane is here to make it delightful. Jenny Kane is your go-to shopping destination for classic, comfortable, and California-inspired clothes. From the cashmere knit sweater that you're obsessed with to the incredibly comfortable slippers that you'll never want to take off. I just have to say really quick that I have been wearing the shearling lined mock cloth in the natural color, and I cannot tell you how much my life has changed, because you know how it's cold outside, even here in California, where you want to keep your toes like warm, but I want to slip something on. I don't want to like have the trouble of putting on an entire sneaker and like tying my shoe. And this just slips on. The natural color looks good with every outfit. It's literally what everyone's wearing with jeans and a sweater these days. And I'm just truly, truly obsessed with the shearling lined mock cloth.
Okay, I have the cocoon cashmere sweater, and I wear it just as much as I wore our other Jenny Kane sweater that we got a couple years ago. It's my favorite sweater I've ever owned, I think. And it's just one of those ones that, like, you look through your closet and you're like, honestly, is any other sweater going to beat this? No.
Right.
This is like the kind of it's investment clothes. You know, they are a little pricey, but they're the ones that, one, never go out of style, and two, always feel good and look good. So it hits all the three things.
With elevated everyday basics and wardrobe essentials, getting dressed and keeping cozy is easier than ever. When it comes to investing in a uniform that's going to last, we choose Jenny Kane. So for a limited time, our listeners get 15% off their entire order. All you have to do is go to jennykane.com and use the code GETIT to get 15% off. So we're telling you guys, you're not going to regret it. If you want to look stylish and California cool, Jenny Kane is the way to go. You can find your forever pieces at jennykane.com. Again, our listeners will get 15% off your first order when you use our code GETIT at checkout. That's 15% off your first order, and Jenny Kane is spelled JENNIKAYNE.com. Promo code GET IT. New year, new me, and new clothes with Jenny Kane. Okay, I have another random one I'd like to bring up. When you sleep at someone's home, and the next morning they ask, did you sleep okay? If you slept shitty, are you ever saying no?
I've done it before.
You have? You've been honest? I feel like if anyone asks me that, even if I had the worst sleep of my life, you will tell on my face. Like, you'll tell how horrible I slept, but I'll say, oh, it was okay. Like, I feel like I never say I slept horribly at someone's house that I'm a guest at.
I have said it at Nancy and Fred's house when Jared and I didn't live in Rhode Island, and it would be like a night where the dogs would just like scratch at the door all night long or like bark in the morning, like too early and stuff like that.
I always sleep well, so
That's a good I don't get it.
That is really good.
Yeah.
Did you sleep at someone's house?
Someone slept at my house on New Year's Eve, my friend Alex, and I was like, did you sleep okay? And she was like, I slept great. And then in my head, I was like, if you slept horribly, you probably wouldn't even fucking tell me anyway.
That's true. That's true.
And then on the topic of New Year's Eve, when she slept over, there were fireworks going off and it was raining here in LA. And I was like, that is such an, I don't get it. How do fireworks work in the rain? Like that, I do not get that.
They're not as good. They're not as like vibrant.
No, they were like perfect and fine. I'm like, like, water is coming down from the sky. How is this firework even possible?
I bet you that they could have been more vibrant. I bet you that.
I mean, you're probably right. But either way,
maybe
isn't it weird that they even like light up in the first place?
Maybe they're above. They're not above the clouds. That was about to be real dumb.
That was so dumb. There was this stand-up comedian I was watching the other day, and he was like, if you put me back in time to like 1850, and people are like, and you're going to say, one day you're going to be able to call your friend and see their face and put photos in a cloud, they'd be like, great, how do we do that? Be like, I have no idea. And you would just have you would not change the course of history by going back in time if you know what you know now. Like, how would you ever go about building a computer? You wouldn't. You just wouldn't.
We wouldn't? Like, the average folk?
The average folk. No, we would just be like, all right, let's just live 1850 way, because there's no way I can create any kind of technology.
It's so funny. I was talking to someone my friend Tommy, about how books were the internet back then, and imagine how orgasmic it was. People were like, whoa, give me that book. Like, that was the internet. People were probably dying over like having a book, and it was probably like it's like literally like having a social media account with a shit ton of followers and like every answer in the world.
Yeah, because everything you're used to is just like what you're seeing around you. That's so true.
Like, books were the internet.
I think often about people and like the people that make America run in like a certain like way. Just like mostly, I guess.
Is this another Dunkin' Donuts?
Engineers and like the people who like make your roads and bridges and
civil engineers. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like, I hope I am not one of those people at all, and I really
you
hope
keep
that
them coming.
We're producing them. Like, I hope there are people out there that find this to be the job that they want to take on.
No, 100%. Like, scientists, like, what would we do? Like, thank God people go into science and technology.
Basically, like, all the STEM stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And just, like, build construction.
Yeah.
It really is cool how everyone has a place here on planet Earth. You know, it's like everyone's like the farmer. Like, what would we do if everyone's like, I don't want to farm anymore? Like, I'm not going out there like raising cows so we can all eat.
I know. Now we're just breeding TikTokers who are telling us what restaurant to go to and yelling at us.
But who's going to put the restaurants together?
Yeah.
Who's going to provide that food for us?
So our new sponsor is Lumi, and I feel like I see these ads everywhere. And what really get me about these ads is that Lumi is deodorant, not just for your armpits, but it's for anywhere on your body that sweats. So you put a little bit on your fingers, and you can literally put it in your butt crack if you want.
Wait, this is like genius for when you're going on a date with someone.
Yes.
You get
like you could put it on your feet, in between your thighs. Yes. So it's aluminum free, it's cruelty free and vegan, and it doesn't have all that like shitty stuff that you're worried about in your deodorant, and it like makes you sweat 0%. So you can put it anywhere you really want.
This is truly revolutionary. This is truly revolutionary.
Is it revolutionary?
I was thinking of Lumi, so it's revolutionary.
Oh, yeah.
No, but truly, because people sweat in a bunch of places. I know people that get Botox, just to reduce the sweat in their armpits and other places. So the fact that you can buy this product and control your sweat and body odor anywhere on your body is such a win. With over 150,000 5-star reviews, we're so confident that you'll love Lumi. Get over 40% off your starter pack bundle with our code GETIT at LumiDeodorant.com. That's our code GETIT, and Lumi is spelled LumiDeodorant.com to save big. Smell better naked with Lumi. I had like an interesting... Something interesting. There was a heavy feeling that I felt working the Golden Globes, where my friend sent me a picture of me as a production assistant at E 10 years ago, literally 10 years ago. And I was like, whoa. Yeah. And I didn't even know like that photo existed. And I was like, whoa, it took me 10 years to get here. I think I
actually think that's fast.
Ash, I text you about that.
Yeah, I know. And it's it's an amazing moment. I think that 10 years, especially at the age you're at, is fast because you're 32.
Yeah.
And you started at 22. And like to be 32 where you're at, like I don't think many people can say that.
Well, that makes me happy to hear, but I want your guys' take on this. So I obviously would love to be doing red carpet interviews, and I do get to do them for some shows like Met Gala and Billboard Music Award, which I love, but I would love... my desire is to do that, for like every major show. And I love that I have that desire and that I'm not there yet. Cause it's not like we should just wish things and they should happen. It's good to have things to work towards. And I'm excited that that's something that I'm working towards to happen for me one day.
And I think that is the next step, which is what's so incredible, is like, that's truly your next step. Like that's the next elevation.
Well, thank you for saying that. We'll see if it happens for me. It might not. Whatever. Either way, I'm walking to my spot on the carpet, Lauren. I think I told Ashley this. I don't know if I did. And I'm here, like, still wanting to interview people, like live at the Golden Globes. And while I was walking to my spot, I was passing all these influencers who were hired by companies to interview people. And then when my friend sent me that photo of me 10 years ago, I was like, whoa, it took me 10 years to get here. And I'm still not quite doing the thing that I would like to be doing full time, that people are now just, like they put up a video and they're funny and they're amazing creators. And it's no knock to them. Like, I think it's just an acknowledgement of how things have changed. It felt very heavy for me because some of them were like, oh my God, I'm so inspired by you, like blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, you're doing it.
Yeah.
Like you're going to Sundance. Like you're doing all these things that I wish that I'm still not even doing. And if I was born when they were born, I would 100% be doing it the way that they're doing it. So it's like it's in no way am I envious. It was weird. I was talking to my mentor about this, and I was like, it just feels heavy. Like I'm like, damn, And she was like, imagine all the LGBTQ boomers who grew up back in the day and who even to this day don't feel like they can love freely or be who they are, or maybe they feel like they missed out, you know what I mean, on past lovers and things. And they're turning on the TV now and seeing men wearing skirts and have nail polish on. And it really is just a matter of like timing and when you come into the world. And I think I was just like kind of feeling that and acknowledging that. And like even there was a party at the Globes that I had to kind of sneak into. Like I wasn't on a list because I'm like, a journalist. And then I walk in and it was like all influencers, which again is amazing. It's not a knock to them. It was just like, it makes me feel like, oh, am I not doing the right thing? But I don't really want to commit my time to making videos every day. I could be doing that. Like that's kind of what I'm doing at work anyway. But it just takes so much time and energy to build a following that I don't know if I have the innate interest in doing. And I don't know. It was just like
that is That kind of reminds me of Stutz. I finally watched the Jonah Hill documentary.
Isn't it so
and
good?
It's really good. And it kind of reminds me of when he was talking about the snapshot and how like you have this image for your life where like once I reach that, then I'll be totally happy. But then there's going to be new things that come into that snapshot that you can't like really predict.
Yeah.
So it is like this kind of influencer, different way of being in your snapshot because you are kind of where you imagine yourself 10 years ago wanting to be.
And yeah, Naz, I want to validate your feelings. They truly, like, I understand how frustrating that is. Probably, that is. But I really do think that 10 years is super impressive, especially when you took the traditional track. And that, like, I think you took a track that eliminates far more people. And
I think they're looking at you and they're
the people, like, you there are so many more limited spots to the place that you have achieved than them.
Than them, yeah.
But it's not like I want everyone, you know what I'm saying, to like have their dream and do it. I think it was just I was feeling the weight of 10 years and then seeing someone who like made a video last year, you know what I mean, and is like interviewing someone that I would actually be prepped and would kill to interview. Like it's just it's just a difference in, but I appreciate you saying that. I'm proud of everything I've done and I actually think I am going to have everything I want. It doesn't need to be or take away from what anyone has. I hate when people have that lack of abundance mindset. It's just a matter of like back in the day, Ash, when we were coming up in journalism, there were 5 people doing it. It was like Oprah, Diane,
but that's what
Barbara. And now like John Mayer was recently on the Call Her Daddy podcast, which I loved. I don't know if you guys listened to it. It was like, he said he wanted to do something out of character. And he even shared like, if I came out with my music today, he's like, I would not be where I am because it wouldn't resonate. My type of music wouldn't, it's all timing. And he's like, and now everyone's doing it. And there's so many more people doing everything, which is great. And just a shift in what we thought it was going to be like coming up. Does that make sense?
Right.
Like, I hope I'm explaining it in a way that doesn't feel like I don't want to come from a place that's cynical or mad. I'm happy that everyone has these opportunities. It's just an acknowledgement of, whoa, things have changed. And I saw it so clearly walking to my position.
The rise is quick. We don't know how long the rise is though. Like it could be like John Mayer's music is going to last forever because when he came, and I feel like your longevity is going to last for a long time because we don't know how these it's just trends, spiking trends. I was going to
say that like because you had 10 years, you've built skill that these people definitely don't have probably. And you also, what I'm saying, you just said like 5 people. There were like 5 people doing the job that you were doing. But like at E, there still is like 5 people and you wanted a spot at E. And look, you have one of those coveted 5 spots that like nobody else, like that is so hard to get into. And it's just as hard now, if not harder, because there are so many people out there showing that they have skill in like that broadcast field, that it's even more coveted, I think, that you got one of the 5.
Well, thanks. I mean, yeah.
And your hair looks great and your outfits look great and they don't have those spectacular dresses.
But I don't want it to be a conversation of like,
we're not doing this. We're just pumping your tires.
Because like you seriously are so good.
No, I appreciate it. But I really don't want it to be like,
attack
this
them.
Is better than
not.
this. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just me being like, whoa, times have changed. Like that's really all I'm saying. I'm not mad about it. I love it. I think if anything, it's amazing that people still have an interest, in like red carpet coverage and what people are watching. Like I'm so grateful for that. And it's like that also wouldn't be appealing to younger audiences if there weren't influencers talking about it. Like this is just the way we talk about things in the world. So I love it and I think it's great. I just but I appreciate you guys saying that. I just wanted to share that transparently. I was like, whoa, this is how I felt.
And now I have a great train of conversation to take us on
Take us on that train.
Woo, okay. Polar Express.
So,
conductor.
I know Lauren doesn't have as much of a interest, but like, please tell us how Austin Butler was in real life.
What do you mean? I have an interest.
Do you
not like Austin Butler?
I do. I just roasted him one time for his voice. I like him so much more after watching Elvis.
Okay, good. Okay, I just want to make sure that you were fully on board the Elvis train, Lauren.
I'm fully here.
So many trains right now.
So many trains. Okay. The Austin Butler thing was incredible because after the Globes were over, I made it a point to really introduce myself to people I haven't interviewed yet, obviously, to kind of like grease the wheel, you know, in case I run into them down the line. And I didn't think I'd like run into Austin, you know, because he was like a winner. And when you win an award, you go to a press room, you know, so you're like there and in different areas for a lot of the time. And so have you guys watched The Bear on Hulu yet?
Not yet.
Oh my God. It was the best new show that came out last year. It's about a fine dining chef played by Jeremy Allen White. And he won Best Actor, you know, in a comedy show on TV. And so I was walking with him. The show's so good. Everyone has to watch it. I was walking with him, talking to him about like his win and the show. And then Austin and Kaya walked out of like the press sort of that big room.
Were you wearing your red dress for this?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm in my red dress and I'm talking to Jeremy and we're like walking down a lobby, like towards valet. And Austin comes up and runs up to Jeremy and he's like, bro.
I thought he was going to say ran up to you. And
No, I would die. He was like, he ran up to Jeremy and he's like, oh my God, I love you. And Jeremy's like, I love you too. And then they hugged and I wanted to video the whole thing, but I didn't want to be intrusive because I was like right there. So I took a picture of them hugging because it was literally right there. And I swear to God, I don't know if this is true, but I think Austin and Kaya thought that I was with Jeremy because I was dressed up. I think maybe they thought it was either a girlfriend, an agent, a friend, probably not a sister, but you know, like I think they thought like I was with him. So Austin's like, hi, how are you? And like Kaya puts her hand out to me and I'm laughing so hard because I'm like, highly doubt this would be happening if I was like in the corner on my own. And then Austin just like literally starts talking to me and then I start talking to him.
What did he say?
He was just like, and he had like the deep voice. He was just like, hi, how are you? Like, you know, did you enjoy yourself or whatever? Yeah, like it was just like really quick. And I don't even remember what else we talked about. I think I was like, what are you guys doing after this? And I think they were going to like some party. And then I took a picture with him and he's just the best. And I was going to say, as far as his accent goes, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but in my research, he actually made an archive for how Elvis said every single word. And he like kept that archive, which is like a next level commitment. And to me, I'm like, of course you're going to still be speaking in that if that's like the level that you studied someone's like diction, you know?
Yeah.
And I just thought that was so, I wish I could have shared that on TV, but I'm sure he's like obviously going to be a front runner at the Oscars, maybe. But
Can I show you? Can I tell you what like I thought was actually like oddly thrilling, even more so than your picture with him?
What
was when you like yelled his name and he looked excited to wave at you?
Yes, yeah. And I'm so mad I got like because my phone. I was so excited and I didn't. I wish I hit record sooner, but the wave was so amazing. I wish I had like the whole thing. It was like right at the end of it.
It was really genuine.
Did he win?
Yeah, he won Best Actor in a Drama. We all thought that he was going to be nominated for a musical.
Yes, and so I'll tell you why. I was also surprised Elvis was nominated at the Globes under the drama category because the other category is comedy and or musical, and so most people would think Elvis is a musical. But Baz Luhrmann, the director, said that it's like a drama and that Elvis wasn't a man of many words and that his story is really told like through song, but that it's a drama. But obviously those categories aren't split at the Oscars, you know, like everyone's
that's
in
why
one.
It's always harder if you're in the comedy like
so
musical category to figure out what you're going to be.
He won
at the
Best
Oscars.
For a Drama?
Yeah, Best Actor in a Drama.
Okay, so he beat out Brendan?
Yeah. But Brendan Fraser, which I learned is how you say his last name.
He didn't want to go.
He didn't go.
Yeah, I mean, and you guys know why, right? There's a lot of backstory there. Yeah.
But he won Critics' Choice.
He did win the Critics' Choice.
To SAG. So now we got to see who wins SAG.
Now SAGs is like way more indicative of who will take home the Oscar. I'm interested to see who wins.
I mean, I think they're both fantastic. It looked like it took. Actually, you know, I'm not even gonna say.
Did you guys see The Whale?
I saw The Whale.
I haven't seen The Whale yet. That's the last movie that's on my list.
It is like traumatizing.
I need to watch.
Two totally different acting.
Exactly.
roles.
Like they both seem like they delved in really, really hard. So I don't want to say one or the other, but just like the way that The Whale's told in literally just one room, and like you don't leave that room because it's a play, is like it makes you like really like dive in because it's only the acting. There's no visual. There's nothing like crazy. It's just the acting. Yeah,
it's going to be really interesting to see which one. I mean, also Colin Farrell in the Banshees of Inisherin. That's his best role either. So I would say it's definitely between Colin Farrell, Austin Butler, because Colin Farrell won on the comedy side at the Globes. So I feel like it's between Brendan, Austin, and Colin right now.
Was that the movie that you loved?
That was my favorite movie last year. And I love Martin McDonagh. He's very specific. He's like a playwright, but he did 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri, in Bruges. It's just a dark comedy, and it was like funny, and the scenery was stunning. And you guys know what it's about, right?
Yeah,
you told us.
Yeah, it's like 2 best friends, and one of them just decides like, hey, I don't want to be friends with you anymore.
There's another dark comedy. I don't know if it's
Triangle Sadness is the best movie.
Sadness.
Have you seen that, Ashley?
You guys, I haven't seen anything.
Oh,
I just try to keep up with what I can, like my Emily in Paris and like the things I've already.
Should we talk about Emily in Paris? Because I loved this last season. You didn't finish it?
No, I want to talk about Joe Burrow. I gotta wrap this up talking about Joe Burrow because we gotta do it. You see,
Joe Burrow, the quarterback for Cincinnati.
Oh, I don't know about this. Tell me.
See, this is the thing that like Naz doesn't know about that I have to share with you.
You're on the football side. She's on the entertainment side.
Yeah, so I'm going to need you to watch this TikTok live on the podcast so that you can get it just really easily, and then all of a sudden invest yourself in the rest of the playoffs.
Now I feel weird talking about him so much just because he
like really does it for us.
No, fucking that's not why.
Because what? Because you guys are obsessed with him?
Because I don't know, like I feel like if I was his girlfriend,
he has a girlfriend, and he's had a girlfriend for like 5 years,
and all these girls were like oogling and ogling over him, I'd feel so fucking stressed out. But if he was married, I would be like, okay, you're allowed to go have fun, go have oogle and ogles. But I feel like she's not locked in yet, and therefore she's stressed, and we're all talking about him just like fueling the fire.
Lauren's really feeling the secondhand stress.
Yeah. I'm feeling the secondhand stress.
I'm gonna watch this now.
Okay, so because he's like Lauren and I discovered him last year, and I'm sure lots of women discovered him last year, but he's really like having a TikTok era right now because he's so hot.
Okay, let me see.
He's not really, I don't think he's your type, but who knows? Who knows?
It's the swag.
He's got great skin.
He's got a great face, but he also has this, they call him Joe Cool because he's like just so cool.
Following chat. Oh.
We'll take a minute for Naz to review.
He's so cute.
Okay.
I'm dead. Yeah, that video. So, have you guys seen the videos of Brad Pitt walking from the Babylon? Oh. There's like everywhere now. Have you seen those, Ashley?
I haven't seen a TikTok. I've seen a couple of those TikToks because he is just so hot and he's almost 60 and it's so ridiculous.
No, Brad is like on another level. But this guy's so. What's his name?
Joe Burrow.
Whoa. And he has a girlfriend.
Yeah. So, like, my friend, like, it's so funny because this is the second year that the Bengals have been good.
Yeah.
And he's been the quarterback. There are now, like, so many TikToks. Like, I woke up to Courtney. And
everyone's sending Ashley TikToks.
Courtney goes, I didn't even know. Like, we didn't even talk about this, And she was like, I spent 2 hours watching Joe Burrow TikToks last night. And I'm like, oh, great. I'm glad that we're, like, all in the same boat here watching this 26-year-old.
But isn't it? Oh, he's 26?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But isn't it? It's... When you find a hot athlete, like that's just like another level of hot, I just sent you the Brad video, Ashley. I want you to watch the Brad video.
You just sent me the Brad video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Lauren, have you seen this one?
Let me see it. When you take an athlete out of his uniform.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It's not the same, so that's why it's extra exciting.
That's true, except for like he dresses kind of like how Joe Namath used to, like really eccentrically.
What, like fur coats and stuff?
Yeah.
Whoa, wait! I love Joe Namath's fashion.
Mm-hmm. Okay, hold on, let me watch this Babylon thing.
Oh my god, it's like Brad because Brad cut his hair.
Wow, he's ridiculous.
Yeah. Wow. Ashley, it's on. You guys both don't laugh. We should have reaction videos of us just watching hot men walk.
We really
we'll just be like, wow. We should just commentate on hot men walking.
We need to all compile these videos, these slow motion fan curated videos, pop them up on the screen, and we all just go, wow.
Lauren sends me ones of Leo all the time, and she's like, enjoy this while you smile for the next 30 seconds. Like, you will smile
for 30 seconds straight.
Oh my God, it's so embarrassing that we're like this.
Okay, wait. So what I did want to bring up is actually a topic we should just start with on the next podcast.
Okay, I love a good cliffhanger.
Yeah, let's do that. It's a cliffhanger. So I like didn't want to be secretive about my Joe Burrow love from Jared because that would be like, I don't want to be like,
you feel like you're
I'd rather
emotionally
just be-
cheating.
I just be like wanted to be honest, be like,
Look, we have to have a talk.
Well, you
So,
should
like,
be able to be honest about that.
right. Like last week or last year when he was in the Super Bowl, I was like, Jared has a man crush on him because he like totally did or does, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, this is my entrance into having a regular crush on him because like if Jared can have a man crush on him, then like obviously
Yeah, like I'm allowed.
the same way.
Yeah, the floodgates have opened and we both can fan girl and boy over this person.
Yeah, because Jared likes the way that he like reminds him of Tom in a lot of ways, just like in the fact that he's just like smooth.
That's very nice because if I told Hunter I was attracted to any male, he would just try to assassinate that male.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So then we were talking to one of the people that work at Audrey's, and I was like, do you like the Bengals? And then I was like, I have to admit, I kind of have a crush on Joe Burrow. And the guy was like, if you don't have a crush on Joe Burrow, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a crush on Joe Burrow. And then Jared was like,
is it Joe Burrow? What's the last name?
Burrow.
Yeah.
He was like,
if
Burrow. Okay.
And then Jared was like, yeah, I guess me too. So now I'm just like, okay, well, I'm open about this. And it's just like, I'm going to like I'm just sharing TikToks and Instagram reels of this man.
Fine.
And it's fine. But the funny, like what I said is like, it's so funny that I, as a female, and I know we've probably talked about this before, but we should really dive deep into it.
Wait, does this person not have an Instagram?
He does.
It's
Joey. Okay. I found him.
Yeah.
He
Proceed.
Yeah, but like it's just
get the
so
following.
funny that with like I can do this. Like I can talk about how hot this guy is and I can post TikToks about him. But if Jared were to do that about a girl, how wrong would it be? It is a double standard. And why is it a double standard that we just accept?
Yeah.
That a married girl can have a crush and be like cutesy about it and a guy could never do that.
Well, a
without
guy
looking like
can have a
total
crush
dick.
if you let him have a crush.
But
he
like,
can't be, like,
doesn't he look like a
posting about
dick? Like, what if Jared started posting Instagram models?
Yeah,
on
like
his,
like according to society. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
totally.
we should talk about it on the
I
next
think that's
podcast.
true. We should. I know, and I know Jared brings that up a lot, and it's like not
Jared
true.
hates double standards.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot. And he's always like, yeah, you do that. And it's like, fine, but it's a double standard. Because if I were to do that, it would not come across like that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, would you be okay with him doing that? I think it's more like, I think it stems from like whether or not the partners, because there's people that are in open relationships, right? And they're like, yeah, have a crush on whoever you want. I don't care if you post. But
No, I don't think
it's
this
more
is
like
why
if
we need
it
to talk about
bothered
it in the next podcast.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
more
we're,
like if
wrapping
it
this up
bothered
and
you.
get real deep.
Yeah.
And the way that I'm going to end on this is, for the most part, it would bother me.
Yeah, exactly. That's why. He lives in a double standard.
Yeah.
Because of you, Ashley.
I know, but why is it that we accept women to be able to do that, and guys and women are not okay with it, and guys would
But
be?
some women
they're
are.
expected to be okay with it.
Some women are, is what I'm saying. I think it comes to the partner you're with, ultimately.
All right, well, let's talk about it next time.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Love
Thanks
you
for listening,
guys.
guys. Talk to you later.
Love you,
Bye.
bye.
Podcast.